Oh, he's got safety glasses on.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta be safe.
All right, cool. Hey guys, how you doing? In the previous episode, episode 4, Mike got the frame all welded out, the front end all welded out, and the rear end pretty much welded into place. The floor got cut out, as you can see. We didn't have much footage of that, but we had a picture. Now we're going to be moving on to installing the front suspension stuff and getting the airbags all sorted out. Yo, honey!
Yo! Hi! Put a big hole in it. It's crap. Whoops!
What are you doing though?
Folding it back up because it's like stuck down there.
How about a pre-bar?
Yeah.
Ooh, a pre-bar.
What's up, guys? So I'm working on the rear bag setup. I've made the lower bag mounts essentially. So if you look at this, the centerpiece, of course, the centerpiece is acting as my airbag. Now, these airbags, when fully deflated, are about 2.7 inches. Now, I wanted to give it a little bit of room so it's not sitting on a collapsed bag. So I cut it at 3 inches. So the centerpiece is 6 inches, and for the sake of math, everything else is 3 inches. I need 3 inches from the bottom so I can get past the lower A-arm, so it'll sit above that lower A-arm so it doesn't rub against anything. And the other 3 inches, well, I just felt like being symmetrical. So what I did, as you can see, I pretty much center tacked it. So this is the center section, it's acting as the bag. And my baby tack broke. But essentially this, I'm gonna re-tack this, make sure I penetrate. So everything will be centered on top of itself, so that we can get a height without having to f around. And then as far as the top bag mount, this looks like 120 wall, 4.5 inch tube, and I am going to use some 120 wall DOM 1.5 inch, and I'm going to attach to at least 2 different sides for a top mount going to the factory frame. And the bottom is quarter wall 4.5 inch tube, so it's still 4.5 inch OD quarter wall, so that changes the ID. Now the reason I'm using quarter wall is because I want it to sit, it's got that bump in the middle of the factory A-arm, so I'm not going to weld the bottom cup. Now this is something I haven't tried before, but I'm curious because there are some factory suspensions where if you don't have your limiting straps on and everything, they just kind of fall out from underneath it. And this way it'll also help us get tire changes maybe a little bit easier in the rear. It's just for thought. If it's not gonna work, then I'll just weld this to the bottom and I'll cut that hump out to get access to the bottom bolts. But I don't know if it might work, so I'm gonna give it a shot. That's why I'm using quarter wall on the bottom. A little more thickness, and because of the smaller inner diameter, it fits that cup a lot easier and more snug. And the way the cup is mounted, as it airs out, it's gonna sleeve itself over the top. And I don't know, it's worth a shot. And I guess I'll show you what I'm doing in the van at this point. Yeah. So there you go. There's one side. I only welded the top because I can't really get to the bottom. I'm gonna wait to get it on the lift again before I finish welding it out. You can see I put the rest of the cap here. That's finished off, but I still have to cap a few things off. But I'm not worried about it. None of it's structural. It's just pleasing to the eye, and it less areas for the trash to get in, you know. So functionality is not a problem. I'm gonna leave that for later. So that piece that I had tacked in the middle, that 3-inch piece, I only tacked it so I could knock it out for that result right there. Now if you look, I can pull this out, and that was the idea. Hopefully this will straddle that bump. If not, we cut the bump out, weld this in. And then, and there's the other side. So now, the fun part. Gotta make this side look like that side. Now this side was just a bunch of throwing stuff together, make sure things were at the correct angles, things were coped. But now, I have to match those measurements to this side. Second side sometimes can be harder because you're trying to get the same result when you're just throwing shit together over here. So that's where I'm at. You'll see it when I'm done. Alright, so I lied a little bit. The other side took half the time as the first side. So anyway, we're gonna have some fun.
I don't know if this one will reach.
I think your mom will reach. It will.
Pretty sure your mom's gonna reach.
Let's see the wings.
And then on the back there.
Come on, Grandpa.
Wait a minute, you asshole.
I'm so glad I got that on camera.
Just a little bit.
Yes, dude. Yes, dude. Anything moving? I don't see shit moving. I gotta take this off the...
Okay. I'm off here. Then I halfway plug
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's get a good inside picture view of Mike's workings. Looks pretty good, Michael.
Yeah, fuck off.
All right, now get the front done. Hurry. We got engines and transmissions to put in this thing. Yeah, stuff.
Going up. Hands up.
What's up?
Okay.
Go down. Up.
You can hear the hollow body just go boom, boom. Dude.
Boom, boom. Boom, boom, bro.
There she is, boys. Ah. Now she down.
Oh, yeah.
She get down to earth. Go hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe, comment, and share with your friends. We'll see you next week.